Today we will talk about the best decks you can play to get to Legend, that other people got to Legend, or even rank 1 Legend, so you can see that they do work. Most of these decks aren't really that new, but we have some surprises here and there. Absolutely everything in the description down below. All the codes, names of the people, link to the website, and HS replay. Thing is, not all the classes are really represented. For example, for Hunter and Priest, no one played that to Legend. At least according to the websites I used, which is mainly Neon HS and his Hearthstone top decks site. This one. He updates all the Legend decks and people who get to Legend in Standard and Wild, mainly on Twitter, and then puts that onto his website. I can definitely recommend checking that out. We will now take a look at the Druid decks. We got Gonk Druid with Geppetto and all that stuff in Eileen. I lost to that a few times. I can tell you it does work. The main combo is Aviana, Kuhn, flood the board, steal their stuff, swap the deck. They want to swap it back. Doesn't matter, you have the spell as well. You win. Then CPV played Gonk Druid. The tweet said he got to rank 17 Legend. He might have just played one game on one. Like, there was no statistic, but it might work. It looks like a meme deck, looks like fun. Might want to play it as well. Lastly, there's Token Druid. It's pretty simple. You buff your board, you go face. 2 steps. You can't miss it. It's that simple. Don't trade, go face. You can do it. Next up, for Hunter, well, no one played Hunter to Legend. If you want to see Hunter, just check out DoWin on Twitter. But it's mainly Mech Hunter. Like, you go to HS Replay, and the number 1 deck for Hunter is Mech Hunter. No one plays Hunter in Wild. Kind of weird, kind of sad, but that's how it is. But we can move on to Mage, and the Mage, we can play the OTK version that is a little bit slower, or the OTK version that is a little bit faster. Yeah, try to say those words pretty fast, not that easy. It's pretty simple. You play the quest, you fulfill the quest, you kill the opponent. You have Arcane Giants, they go face, you can play like, I don't know, 20 spells a turn, because you have Elemental Invocation and the Mana Cyclone Elemental thing, which becomes 0 mana, gives you a whole hand of spells. Seems fair. I lost it a few times and I won against it a few times. Thing is, you need to know how to play it. It's a little bit harder to pilot than most other games and decks, because you have to know when you want to go in. And that is the main reason why it isn't a tier 1 deck yet. And now, the probably most played deck, besides Rogue, it's Paladin. Yeah, like, who would have thought? Odd Paladin seems to be pretty good. 3 lists over there. Thing is, there isn't that big of a difference. You might play a 1-3 in form of a Crystallizer, of a Diamol, of the Galotron. If you play Ziliax, might be a good inclusion. Like, it's Odd Paladin. You can include more secrets. Your hero power is good enough. You have your hero power, you have Quartermaster, you have Master of Battle. You win the game. You can put in 15 meme cards. It doesn't matter. It's Odd Paladin. It does work. Lists are a little bit different. I think all those people got to rank 1 Legend, yeah. All those people played Odd Paladin to rank 1 Legend. So, you can do it too. Or you just rank up from rank 5. You might include an Owl or 2, just to have summons. If you face more Priest, more Warlock, might be good. Besides that though, there is Murloc Shaman. And with Shaman I mean Paladin. But I don't cut this out. As you can see, there are 2 lists. One is the Giants, one is Hogsty stuff. I think the Giant list thing, without Tackle and without Modern Giant, is probably more fun to play of more early game. You have Draw, you have small minions, you go face, you have an OTK in one. In the other one, you just play aggressive. Choose well. What do you want to play? I would just try both. Like, I mean, what is the worst thing that happens? You lose a star. And it might be your next favorite deck. Give it a try. I mean, I could show you the same Dragon Priest list from like 2 weeks ago. I could show the odd, spiteful priests or memes, but no, we all know it's Big Priest. Like, the only priest deck you face is Big Priest, mainly. And I mean, yeah, you've seen that. You've heard of that before. For Rogue, I could show you like 7 different lists of Kingsbane where you include like 1 tech card like Echoing Ooze or MC Tag, but it's Kingsbane. You go face. You have faced that. You played against that. You probably played it yourself. The more interesting decks, still number 2 and 3, are Odd Rogue, that makes a little comeback. Especially if you want to play the lackeys and the Bran and stuff like that. If you want to include it. And Tempo Rogue, which is probably way more fun than the other 2 decks. I mean, you have Shadowcaster, you have Arspine, you have Shuffle Spiders into your opponent's deck, and your own deck. And Spiders, yes, I mean, you see the list. Probably works if you know what you do. I will try that out. Don't expect the best video showcasing in the future. But, I mean, top legend with your own deck seems good. Give it a try. For Shaman, Murlocs make a comeback. They do exist, and they do work. I personally played 17 of them with one of those lists, and they are pretty good. Like, you think you fall behind a board, then it's almost over, then you have lots of Murlocs, then you go face, Murgle, your opponent is dead. Seems pretty good. There are two different lists. One has Tiny Fin in it, because if you want to play the Underbelly Angler to get value, and you have 0-mana Murloc, it's a free card, right? And you can buff it. And Tiny Fin looks pretty good in golden. We do have even Shaman. Who would have thought? There's the normal, reckless, aggressive list that goes face, and there's the more control-heavy list that is probably more fun to play. Because you have Valkyrie, you have Walking Fountain. If one plays aggressive, doesn't matter, you have lifesteal. Corpse Stacker, you have all that stuff. Seems like pretty good deck. I would 100% go for the second version. Like, I mean, you have played the first one, play the second one. If you have all the legendaries, it's a little bit more expensive. And you play Eureka. How often do you play Eureka? You never play Eureka. Now we can do it. We have CPB's list that got him to rank 1 legend with Shudderwock, but there's no Grumble in there. You have Zola and the Box Lodger to get it back, and the deck works. You usually target Loatheb, and turns out if your opponent can't play any spells, and you have Wind Fury, Lifesteal, Rush, all that stuff on your Shudderwock, then that's pretty broken, and you probably win the turn you played. You also have Geppetto. You draw it, most likely. Besides that, though, you can play Big Shaman, and I lost to that, I think, 3 times. The 3 times I faced it, I lost to it. Big Shaman is pretty good. With the first one you really want to play is Magmorpher, right? And then what do you get? Walking Fountain, you heal, you got Hagatha, do not die, get value, have Valkyria, Ragnaros, all that stuff, even a Yasha Rush. It's Big Shaman. Usually you used to play, how's it called, Earth Elemental, the 5-7-8 Overload for 3, and then play Resurrect stuff on it, mainly Ancestral Spirit, but this seems to work. I would like to try it if I had like 3 more legendaries for it. Yay, our favorite class, Warlock, at least mine. You can play Darkest Hour Warlock, who would have thought? It still works, and you now have KT in there, which for whatever reason wasn't in any of the other lists. Like, play KT, and your stuff dies, get it back. It's pretty good. You used to see play in Big Priest as well, and then was cut from the list, so no idea if it is the better version of it with KT or not, because he is pretty useless if you just play him. Nothing happens. But if your board dies, should die, and you get the whole 40 mana value board back, it's pretty good. And then there is Treachery Warlock, but it's a different list. Usually there's like 1 Fell Reaver and 1 Howl Fiend, but there's no Howl Fiend. It's weird. You just play Fell Reaver, you probably play it just on turn 5, tempered out, you overdraw like 9 cards from yourself on your own deck, you just burn them. It doesn't matter, you have Elysiana. Your opponent probably doesn't run Elysiana because it's wild, and no one plays that in wild. And if you give 1 Fell River to the opponent, then make him overdraw like, let's say 12 cards, they probably lose. Their combo's gone, their win condition's gone. And besides those 2 Warlock decks, you can also play Even Warlock, but I thought, you've seen Even Warlock, we don't need to include that. 3 Renolock lists. 1 by myself, I also got a legend. The list is by Oi Dragon, by the way. And 1 by another person and 1 by another person. I don't wear my glasses, I can't read the names, it's pretty small. What is the main difference? 1 person runs N'Zoth. Is N'Zoth good? No. I have him in golden. He is pretty cool. But it's a 10 mana do nothing against aggro. Like, you win against aggro regardless. You don't need N'Zoth to win. And he's pretty much a dead card, unless you top deck him on turn 10. If there is no big priest whatsoever, Warlock works. If there is priest, it doesn't work. It's that simple. If you face anything besides priest, play this deck, play those decks, those lists. If you face priest though, play Mechathune or anything that has an ODK or is mill. Like, I hate priest so much. Can we please get a ban? I don't want to face that again. And lastly for warrior, we have, would have thought, Pirate Warrior. It's the same list for basically 3 years. Instead of Spellbreaker, you do have Shieldbreaker because turns out Warlord and Obsidian Statue needs to be silenced. Yeah, you go face. You know Pirate Warrior. Then we have Mill Warrior, which is kind of weird because I've never seen that before. but it's a top legend deck. It might be just the counter to what the person faced on that specific day, to that specific hour, against the other 2 or 3 people he did face, and it's completely garbage or letter usual. I have no idea. You can test it. But it looks like an interesting deck. Like, you have lots of armor gain, you make your opponent overdraw, you can never fatigue if you don't mess up your Deadman's Hand, and your highest cost card is 8. And you win against Jade Druid because Skulking Geist, right? I like it. Lastly, Odd Warrior. Yeah. If you face anyone who plays an OTK against Odd Warrior, you lose. But if you face aggressive decks like Kingsbane, Odd Paladin, all that stuff, you should be pretty good. Turns out, getting infinite armor and health every turn, then using Reckless Flurry, using Brawl, destroy opponent's dreams, main fine. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Damn boring to play. But you might enjoy it. You're not me. I'm not you. I have different preferences. And those would be the deck list from the last 2 weeks that got people to Legend, to High Legend, and that do work. Anyways, that is the meta report. Absolutely everything in the description down below. All the codes, names of the people, link to the website and HS replay. And let's be happy that Game of Thrones has 1 episode left. Please, writers, don't mess that up. Oh yeah, and we still have to clap.